Hello, this is Adolf. Welcome to the video lecture series on the course of building construction. In the previous video, we started our unit number 2, that is construction of substructure. And in the previous video lectures, we covered some of the topics on the job layout. So in this video, we are going to continue the topics under the job layout. So in this lecture, we are going to see what are the various methods used for marking the layout on the ground. One is center line method and another one is face line method. This will be for load bearing structure and the frame structures. So before moving to the center line method or a face line method, if you have any site, we have to find the corners of the site. So first start with the how we can find the corners of the building. So in this, the architect is a person who gives the final layout or the line out diagram with reference to the actual demarcation. The demarcation means fixing the boundary lines. So he will give the final layout with the reference of the actual boundary line, and he will give the setback adjustment. Here setback means it is the distance required from the boundary line to the building. So it is this the space between the boundary line and the building and final levels and other development work. He prepare the final layout or the line out diagram. So in the final layout, we will have the positions of masonry walls. Whether it is in load bearing, we will have a masonry walls. So this diagram, see here, this is one for the load bearing structures. So in the final layout, he will give the positions where will be the masonry walls will come. So this is the masonry walls. So he will give the positions of the masonry walls, and assume this is the framed structure layout. So in the framed structure layout, he will give the positions of the column. See here, this one column, another one column, this is one column. So he will give the positions of the column in the framed structure and the position of masonry wall in the load bearing structure. So once we get the final layout, we have to fix the four corners of the building. So while for fixing the corners of the building, we need a benchmark, a fixed benchmark we need. This fixed benchmark is first decided for taking the measurement further. Mostly in our construction site or building site, we'll take this benchmark from the existing roadways. If any roadways are nearer to the construction site, we will take that road from that road as a reference benchmark, or any permanent or building for any permanent building around your construction site. We will take that as the benchmark. In most of the cases, we will use the existing roadways as the benchmark. So once the benchmark is fixed, then we have to take the various measurement from the benchmark to the site. So assume this is a roadways, road end it is, road curb means road end side of the road. From here, this is our road. We are referring this as our benchmark. So if we are assuming this as our benchmark, then from here we have to measure the various distance which is various distance to mark the lines on the ground parallel to the benchmark. We have taken some various lines distance parallel to the existing benchmark, mark the straight line on the ground which is parallel to our benchmark. So the line parallel to the benchmark or front road called as the baseline. Once the baseline is fixed, then we can fix up any corner of the building. So this is the road. So from the road line parallel to the front benchmark or front road, we will fix the baseline. The definition of the baseline is, this is mark on the ground as per the site plan required with the help of offsets which are taken from the existing road or existing building. This baseline should be marked from the center of the road, not from the edges of the road, should be marked from the center of the road. So from the baseline, this is the baseline. This is the baseline with the minimum setback from the road. As per the layout drawing, a building line will be fixed. So from the baseline with minimum setback from the road, minimum setback distance, we will fix the building line. In most cases, our baseline and the building line will be common. So mostly baseline and the building line is common only. So once the building line is fixed, then we can fix all four corners of the building. So this is how we will fix the corner of the building. See here, this is a baseline, building line or baseline, building line. So this building line, we are fixing it all over the place. So once the building line is fixed, then we can, from this as a reference line, we can mark the distance from here to here distance, and we mark this one as a corner. From here to here another corner, here to here another corner. So this is how we will fix the corner of the buildings. We saw how to mark the corners of the building. So once the corners of the building is marked, then we have to mark the wall or the masonry wall or the columns in the ground. So by using center line method or the face line method, we can mark it. So first method is center line method for load bearing structure. So load bearing structure means masonry walls will carry the load to the foundation. So the first step is we have to mark the corners of the building with respect to any permanent object, and the length of the sides of the plot is checked by the diagonal check. So first we have to fix the corners. These are the corners. These are the corners. So once the corners are fixed, we know this distance and this distance we know. How we can check that one, whether this distance is correctly, accurately measured or not? They are done by the diagonal check. Diagonal check. How it can be means, if you want the diagonal value C means, by using Pythagoras theorem, C is equal to square root of A square plus B square. Assume this A is, I'm explaining it, A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 4, then in feet, okay, in feet, then it will be 3 square plus 4 square. It is, how much it will be? 9 plus 16, it will give root 25, that is C is equal to 5. So once your marking is done, we have to check this diagonal length is 5 feet or not. If it is not 5 feet, then your marking is wrong. Again, you have to the plot on the lengthwise, you have to check it once. So this is how we do the diagonal check. So once it is correct, that means our marking is correct. Then we have to draw the center line of the bearing walls. That means this is the center line of the building, center line of the wall. So from the center line, we can give the foundation width for the two sides. Foundation width for the two sides. So once the foundation are given, then foundation widths are given. That means if it is your foundation trench is 200 mm, means from the center line we have to give 100 mm one side and 100 mm on the other side. The marking will be done. The marking is done for the foundation trench. Then we can excavate the trench for the foundation. So this is how we will do the center line method for the load bearing structure. Next is center line method for the framed structure. This framed structure means we will have to place the column placing. Column placing have to be done in the side. So first for that we have to fix the corner of the building, and again we have to do the length and we have to do the diagonal checks. So if it is this column, then if we have to do the diagonal check. So once the diagonal check is over, if it is length is correct, from the layout they given how much distance from the reference to the column number 1 they will give. So from that distance you have to mark the center of the column. So once the center of the column is marked, then we have to give the size of the column. If it is 200 by 400 mm size, means from the center 100 mm, 100 mm, 200 mm, 200 mm. This is within it is in a rectangle, length and breadth. So length you have to divide it by 2. From the center it will given from 100 to one end, 100 to another end, breadth 200 to one end, 200 to. So once it is marked done, then we will excavate the pit for the foundation to be done. This is the straight line method for framed structure. Next is face line method for the load bearing structure. So this face line method is similar to the center line method, but we not consider the center line of the center line. So in the, if it is the ground level, assume, then we will make the center line of the wall. From the center line we will take the foundation width, we will mark. But in the face line we won't consider the center line. We will start from the external face of the walls in the load bearing structure. See here, this is one reference. From here, what is the external face? From the external face, what is the foundation trench measurement? What is the center line of the wall? From like that, we will go from the face line method. So start with the external face of the wall in the load bearing structure. Then each face of the foundation trench is measured from the edge of the plot and fixed by the wooden pegs. So once the excavation trench is measured, then we will excavate the ground to do the foundation work. And the last method is face line method for the frame structure. This is same as the center line, but no center line will be considered. Here also, in the previous one, we started with the wall. Instead of wall, from the existing, instead of wall, we will start with the column, external face of the column. From the external face of the column, we will go to the, from the measurement we will take from the external face, then we will go the center of the column, then how much foundation column footing you have to measure. So once the column measurement is measured, we will mark it on the ground, then we will excavate for the foundation. So these are the four methods for each building structure. Two methods are there. So this is the methods for the layout. So what are the precautions we have to consider while marking the layout on the ground? The first step we have to consider is the correct measurement of distance by steel tape. If you are using the steel tape to measure, the correct measurements of distance to be done, and the location or the correct fixing of plot boundaries with the help of location sketches. If your plot boundary is not accurate, then your whole structure will be boundary line will be not accurate enough. Then we have to use level, that is dumpy level or mason level, to mark the exact line on the ground. Okay, then we have to correct marking by face line or the center line method. These are the precautions. We can't make the marking by any other rule. We have to make the marking on the ground either by face line or by center line method. And we have to check the distance from at least two independent measurements. Whether your marking is correct or not, assume it is your marking, we have to check the distance by the two independent measurement. Means this one will be your independent measurement, this one will be your independent measurement. By the diagonal check, we will do the whether it is correct or not. Then use of correct plumb bob for transferring points on ground. Mostly we will use theodolite or any other if you are using that, and we have to use the plumb ball to get the accurate point on the ground. And the last one is we have to precise measurements must be taken. Precise means very accurate, correct measurements we have to taken to the ground. So these are the precautions while we are marking the layout on the ground. So in this video we covered the two methods on two structures. One is center line method, next is face line method. Center line method is for load bearing and framed structure, and face line is also for load bearing and face line method, framed structure. So we can use any one of these method to mark the layout of our building in the ground, for building in the ground level. Thank you.